In the middle of the 20th century, miraculous written discoveries were made in a cave called the Dead Sea Scrolls, now housed in the Nag Hammadi Library in Israel. This discovery shed light on a lost fact from history that began with the decision of one man. In 325 CE, Emperor Constantine of the Holy Roman Empire chose a method used to collate what would become the first form of the Bible, the Christian Church's canonized collection of written material. In that year, he decided to condense 20 books and completely remove 25 books. The condensed information has then since gone through so many rewrites, translations, perversions, mostly politically driven, such that the present-day Bible bears little resemblance to what is now discovered to be the original meaning and intention of these recently discovered transcripts. In Greg Braden's new book called The Secrets of the Lost Mode of Prayer, he discounts the idea of prayer as being based on Ask and Ye Shall Receive, popularized by The Secret, a book and a movie said to teach the law of attraction. Based on the work of translating this original Aramaic wording of these texts, he reveals how we have been gravely misled. In the Aramaic prayer, it teaches us, number one, that we need to ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by the answer, to be enveloped by what you desire so that your gladness be full. This is interpreted as meaning ask without hidden motive is don't be obsessed with how the outcome turns out. Accept any and all outcomes. Practice detachment, as is the intention found also in Buddha's prayer. To be surrounded by your answer is thought to mean finding the feeling now that the desired outcome would produce. If you can envision what it would feel like to have what you're praying for, you will draw that holographic image that's floating around you out of thousands of options more closely towards you. For example, in Native American rain prayer, we often think of a rain dance, but actually the truth is, real Native American rain prayer means to pray for rain by imagining the experience of being in rain. Think about how does it feel when cold, wet rain goes on your shirt and sticks to your skin? What does it feel like when your toes can sink into the mud, when the speckles of cold raindrops fall on your ankles? By actually imagining the physical sensations of rain, out of all the myriad of possibilities out there, from arid to flood, the one overriding concept of rain, matching your imagination, will be drawn to you by the magnetic nature of the feelings. Remember, feelings are just frequencies. In the same way that thinking of sucking a lemon makes your mouth water, the brain really can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. You have the power to create the energy field around you, as we discussed in previous lessons. Like the mind can imagine the sensation of rain to the point where feeling rain and imagining rain are the same, it is programming the hologram for the desired experience. We have this power over our environment. And the ending of that is that your gladness be full. For some, this is the hardest part. The interpretation of this is that whatever is given is for the greatest good in the world. Whatever will be, will be. This combines the notion of detachment with feeling gratitude for what manifests, no matter what manifests. Knowing it is the right development is the gladness we need to have. We don't see the whole scenario. Remember when we talked about yin and yang and the concept about completing the learning circles? Our desires might not be the proper learning that needs to happen. Now, do you see how we've been duped? We've been taught to the ritual of prayer as being based on words. Recite the Lord's Prayer before a meal to condition the mind to the words, to pray just with words, and sometimes even in Latin, which few understand, or even in Hebrew, which few understand. It is meant to separate prayer from the creative imagination of feelings. Instead of feeling in the present tense, we recite. We forgot to be excited about the soon-to-be-experienced nourishment coming from the food that lies before us, rather than being imaginative with gratitude about the nutrients rushing through our bloodstream. and exploding with the energy and the power of the food's vitality, we drone on in ritual and words, sometimes even sing-song words, dead as a GMO potato.